The rain poured like a blessing. It washed the dust from the roofs, filled broken pots, and turned cracked earth into soft mud. Women danced barefoot. Children laughed like they'd never known hunger. But in the middle of all this joy, everyone remembered one thing: the boy who shared his last yam. Chidubem, they whispered. That boy is not ordinary. The chief's wife, Madam Uzomoko, stood at her window, watching the rain fall on a golden compound. For the first time in weeks, her face didn't look smug. The next morning, people crowded near Chidubem's small hut. Let us thank the boy who brought the rain. A trader gave him a bag of rice. A hunter dropped 2 bush meats at his door. Even the chief's guard stood awkwardly at the gate. Then, the chief himself arrived. He cleared his throat. My boy, we may have misunderstood your family. Come. Eat with us tonight. Chidubem looked at him, not with anger, but with silence. Thank you, he said simply. But I'll eat with Mama. The chief smiled tightly. He was used to being obeyed. That evening, the woman who had knocked at their door, the one with the baby, came again. But she looked different. Her rags were gone. Her eyes were clear. She wore a wrapper embroidered with gold thread. Who are you really? Chidubem asked. Someone who was sent to test your heart. She leaned closer. Your kindness has opened a door. But be watchful. What the rain gives, pride can take away. Then she vanished into the night like smoke. The next week, the river returned. The farms turned green again. Food was growing. Hope returned. But something else came too. Jealousy. The chief began to feel it. Why did the people love this skinny boy? Why did they listen when he spoke? Soon, whispers began. Maybe Chidubem should lead us. Maybe he's the one the gods chose. And just like that, from favor, came danger. And the chief started feeling threatened by his rising popularity. From the window of his palace, Chief Nochukwu watched silently. His eyes were sharp. His hands were tight. That boy is becoming a god to these people, he said. His wife, Madam Uzomoko, answered coldly, and gods must fall. That night, they gathered in secret, the chief, his wife, and 3 elders. The boy has too much power in the hearts of the people, said the chief. He has no shrine, yet they call him chosen, one elder said. We must silence him, said Madam Uzomoko. But how? He's done no wrong. She smiled. Then we must give him a reason to fall. The next day, the chief's guards visited Chidubem. You are invited to speak at the square, they said. The people want to hear from you. Chidubem was surprised, but he nodded. At sunset, the villagers gathered. Fires burned bright. Eyes sparkled with hope. Chidubem stood before them. He was nervous, but he spoke. I am not a prophet. I am not a god. I am just a boy who gave what he had. If the rains returned, it is because kindness moves heaven. The people clapped. But from behind the crowd, a voice shouted. Lies. He works with spirits. That woman he fed. She was a witch. The crowd turned. Confused. Murmurs spread. The chief stepped forward. Chidubem, he said, we have received reports that you practice forbidden things. That your act of giving was a ritual. Gasps filled the air. Chidubem's mouth opened, but no words came. A man shouted, this is jealousy. But the damage was done. Doubt had entered the hearts of some. The chief declared, you will face the village council at dawn. That night, as Chidubem sat beside his mother, shaking, someone knocked gently at the door. It was the woman, the stranger with the baby. Only this time, she wore white. You are being tested again, she said softly. They have raised dust against you. but truth always settles. She touched his shoulder. Speak with courage tomorrow. The heavens are not done with you yet. Then she vanished, like wind into the trees. At dawn, the village square filled. Chidubem stood alone. The chief, dressed in red, sat high. Do you deny working with dark spirits? The chief asked. Chidubem raised his head. I gave my last meal to a hungry woman and her child. I did not ask her name. I only knew she needed help. If that is evil, then I am guilty. Silence. Then, one by one, voices rose. He fed me too. He gave when he had nothing. He is the reason my child is alive. Soon, the whole square echoed, he is innocent. He is good. He is chosen. The chief looked around. His power, slipping like sand. The elders stood. We find no fault in this boy, they said. Instead, we find shame in our own hearts, for doubting light when we saw it. They turned to the chief. Let those who try to bury him be the ones judged. But Chidubem raised his hand. No. I forgive them. All of them. People stared. He smiled. Even a seed must be buried before it can grow. That evening, the skies rumbled again, not in anger, but in laughter. Rain fell, soft, sweet, sure. Chidubem and his mother sat outside, watching it dance. And far away, a woman in white held her baby close and whispered, he has passed again.